know I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
Just joking. But it is all about that base. So first thing we're going to talk about is prepping your face to put anything on it. So whether you're using a cream or a BB cream or, a cream foundation, not a face cream. So I've already used my Divine Moisturizer. I've already used my Rose Fresh Rose Water, my favorite. I love this stuff. This stuff makes my skin feel so amazing. It doesn't feel tight or sticky or anything like that. And then what you're going to use is a primer. So hopefully you can see that, maybe glorious primer. So this video is going to be talking about just doing the base. So I'm just going to use a tiny little squeeze of this. There we go. It's clear and it's a mattifying primer, and this stuff just feels like silk. It's so good. And when you put this on, this is prepping your face, getting it ready for your foundations so that the coverage, you're going to get that more full coverage no matter what you use. It's like if you're trying to paint white paint over a red paint, it's not going to work. You're going to see that red showing through unless you use a primer, right? A base. So we're going to use that. So this is going to be our base face. Now I am going to blow your mind with options. So you've got the option of the liquid foundation. This is the Liquid Touch. This is a brand new thing. Right now it's winter. I'm too dry for that right now. So I like to use the BB cream, but we also have, sorry, I'm just grabbing my things over here. We also have a cream foundation, which you can kind of see. I use that a lot. And we also have the pressed powder. So I'm going to show you two different options. First option is I'm going to use my cream. Let's see, where do I have? I'm going to use my cream foundation on one side. Let's see if I can get, I'm doing my stuff in my window here, so I think my neighbors just drove by. Hey! So I just use my blending bud, and you can wet this guy with water. You can wet it with your rose water, however you like to. Try not to do it with it dry because it's going to soak up your product. So I'm not going to do my full face because I don't want this video to be super long and crazy. I'll pause us before we do the whole thing, and then you'll see me with the other side, I guess, or with the rest of it. So you can see the coverage. Actually, I'll look in the mirror. You can see the coverage it's giving to those little red marks. It's a bummer that they're there, but not much you can do about it, right? Okay, so I find that this gives my face so much more of a luminous kind of a look. The liquid foundation is my favorite, but in the winter months, because it dries to that matte a finish, I find it is just too mattifying. Now you can also use a foundation brush if you have one. I thought I had one close by, but I must have put it away. So on the other side of my face, I'm going to use my good old tried and true BB cream, and I apply this directly with my fingers. You can use a brush if you like for this, but because it's a BB cream, it's kind of like a tinted moisturizer, you can just use it with your fingers. And even this offers quite a bit of coverage. Now I will usually kind of rub it around, and then I use my my blending bud again to kind of finish it off because I like the look of that finish. So I'm just gonna look in here, and what I love about the BB creams are it looks dewy. It's like that JLo glow. I don't know if you can see, but it's like a dewy finish. The cream is too actually, but this one I just feel it's more dewy and fresh looking. Okay, so that's my BB cream. And then I usually will set with a light dust of powder. So I'm just going to use my pressed powder. It comes like this with a little window so you don't get stuff everywhere. And I'm just going to do, you don't need very much, just a little bit of powder, And I kind of dot it around first, and then I buff it in. And that's if I'm using my BB cream to set it. This is how I do that. And then if I'm using the cream foundation, I do still do the same thing with the powder, just because I find it lasts a little longer, you know, and the coverage is a little more. Now, if you want more coverage than even this, I recommend not using this because this is going to kind of give you a lighter finish of coverage with the powder. What I do recommend using is the little sponge that it comes with, which mine happens to be somewhere not in my makeup bag. Go figure. Oh, I'm lying. It's here. So it comes with a little sponge on the other side of the door, right? So I've never loved these sponges before, the ones that come with, you know, come with it. This one is great. So I just take a couple of swipes in here, and because our products are so pigmented, and just dot it on. You don't need to use a lot of them. So around here, I have lots of scarring and things that I don't love, so I will use it there. Okay, so this is it for your base face. Now, because we are 6 minutes in, I'm going to just quickly do a light little concealer. So we have the skin, what's it called? Skin Perfecting Concealer, and we also have a mineral, it's kind of a loose powder concealer. I'll do one on each side to show you kind of the differences with those. And I actually like this loose powder to cover up. Like sometimes I'll use that as my setting powder instead of my pressed powder, depending on, you know, my mood, what I'm into. No real reason, just strikes my fancy. It's closer to the brush. Okay, so you can use your concealer brush for these. I typically don't. On my own face, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends on my mood and if I can find them. So I'm going to do, here's a tip you don't often know. When you apply your concealer, do it in a triangle shape, not a U shape, okay? So do straight down, straight across, and then I kind of will fill in the gaps of that triangle in between. And you can already see that it's lighter and brighter. Let me see if we can focus me in better. You can already see that that area is lighter and brighter. And because these aren't very, very heavy, they're not, I don't know how to explain it, but they have really great coloring and coverage. I actually use mine to do a bit of highlighting. So I do a little line down my nose, just a little thin one. And then I'll blend it in with my butt in just a second. And I do a little here, and I do a little here. Now, if I were using it to conceal my pimples, I would have done it before my powder. But I'm just doing it to show you some highlighting. Okay, and then I'm going to use my little bud, and I'm going to look in my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. Oops, you couldn't see that, sorry. How about there? Okay, we're looking good so far. So the next video is where I'm going to show you how I'm doing my contour and my bronzing. But these are just the different options. It wouldn't normally take you this long. You would pick one or two of the products that you like and that are right for your skin. And that's another thing too. A lot of people don't realize different skin types. Let's just pick you up so you can see me. Different skin types mean different types of products. So if you are a really dry skin type, you're going to want to use more of like a BB cream foundation. If you're really oily, you're going to want more of the powder or the liquid to powder foundations. So I hope that helped you out a little bit on your base face, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! I just wanted to take one more quick video of my base face before I put anything else on so you can see the coverage of my scarring and all that. Okay, see you in contour. Bye!